for listening to the clarity of our message during the campaigns, and for decisively switching off the degenerative policy-free pronouncements of the disjointed opposition. I will just talk on one or two aspects that I think must not go without mention. The immorality of Uhuru Kenyatta and his Jubilee Party must be brought to fore. They deliberately ran sister against brother. When we had a by-election in Banissa, UDA was presented with a candidate who was a cousin to the brother of the deceased. There was an intent by some of our friends to play brother against brother in that election. Out of the sheer integrity of President William Ruto, he called the leaderships of Mandera County to a discussion and even agreed under which party we will field a candidate. But Uhuru Kenyatta, who has run a legacy borrowed from his father of marginalization, exclusion, of alienation, of disenfranchisement, areas that they deliberately left out of the prism of development, areas that they decided young children will be born without water, without shelter, without education, without infrastructure. A legacy he continued even in his own presidency. Has the audacity to go and incite a sister to run against a brother, creating animosity or building on the animosity of a family. I am happy the people of Isiolo have sent a resounding message. The people of Isiolo were not sending a message to Bina. Bina is innocent. They were sending a message to Uhuru Kenyatta. The brother won with 90% of the votes. At least in your retirement, exercise some level of decorum and humility. You were president for 10 years. You messed up the country. You messed up the economy. You left us in debt. You did not visit these marginal areas. You take a young woman, put her against her brother to create discord, and then even ignore her after that when you realize you are losing. This Uhuru Kenyatta is today the patron of this opposition, the face of facade, a patron who is bent on preserving that status quo that we are talking about. So, and I'm questioning areas that have been historically marginalized. Be wary. That's why you find in our areas, sisi tushaamua ni 2-term. Nenda northern Kenya, coast, it's only one young man, anajicha jicho something. He's the only leader. In that whole area, shows you every marketplace has at least one madman. The whole area of northern Kenya and coast is tucked in under a 2-term presidency. It's tucked in under a government that has offered them dignity and representation. Only one person, who Manyora has confessed in his social media, he has trained and mentored. What do you expect of a mentor, a mentee of Manyora? By everybody, from Lamu to Kiunga, from Kiunga to everywhere, to North Ho, to Lokichogio, we are boldly behind William Ruto, the UDA party, and a transformative leadership. And you know, one day I told you, hii chama, hata kama kuna gazeti moja mbili hapa, you run headlines of malice. We are deeply rooted in the grassroots. I told you this party is going to be there.